Welcome to Amusaf channel. Continuing the previous title, the top 10 best waterfalls in the world. The next rank, which is 5th, is held by Kaieteur Waterfalls. Pitaro River, Guyana. By volume of water flowing over it, Kaieteur Falls is the world's greatest single-drop waterfall. It is situated on the Pitaro River in the Kaieteur National Park, in a stretch of the Amazon rainforest that is part of Guyana's Pitaro-Siparuni area. It reaches a height of 226 meters, 741 feet, when measured from the top of a sandstone and conglomerate cliff to the first break. It subsequently pours over a succession of severe falls, bringing the total height to 251 meters when the measurements are taken into account, 822 feet. While many falls have greater height, few have both, and Kaieteur is one of the world's most powerful waterfalls, with an average flow rate of 663 cubic meters per second, 23,400 cubic feet per second. How to get to Kaieteur Falls. There are two ways to get to Kaieteur Falls. On a small charter flight for an easy day trip from Georgetown, or other locations in Guyana, or on an overland journey that can last up to 5 days and that is way more adventurous but significantly less comfortable. In both cases, it's better to look into Kaieteur Falls tours for organizational purposes. By plane or on an organized tour. Most people reach Kaieteur Falls for a day trip, by flying to Kaieteur International Airport. Given the size of the plane, it also meant that we would feel any sort of turbulence, which was a bit scary when you consider the crash rate of small planes like this was far greater than for larger planes. Nonetheless, the small plane was necessary because the airstrip near the top of the falls probably wouldn't support any larger kind of craft, as those would require even more runway than what was currently set up. Kaieteur Airport is an airport serving Kaieteur National Park in the Pitaro-Siparuni region of Guyana. From Kaieteur International Airport we walk to Kaieteur Falls. You can see the waterfall from here. If you heard about Guyana, it means you would probably know of the mighty Essequibo River. Kaieteur Falls is around 4.5 times the height of Niagara Falls, on the Canadian-American border, and twice the height of Victoria Falls, on the African border between Zambia and Zimbabwe. It's just a single drop of water. The Pitaro Plateau goes out beyond the falls to the Pacarema Mountains far escarpment. The Pitaro River empties into the Essequibo River, which is one of South America's longest and widest rivers, as well as Guyana's longest. The Past and the Unknown in 1870, a group led by Charles Barrington Brown. A British geologist appointed as a government surveyor to the British Guiana colony, rediscovered the falls. Brown and his collaborator James Sawkins had arrived in Georgetown in 1867, and while they did some of their mapping and geological report preparation together, they did some of their work in separate expeditions, and Sawkins was on leave at the time of Brown's discovery of Kaieteur. Brown didn't have time at the moment to dig deeper into Kaieteur Falls, so he returned a year later to take more detailed measurements. In 1876, Brown published his book Canoe and Camp Life in British Guiana. 15,000 Miles on the Amazon and Its Branches was published 2 years later, in 1878. Kaieteur National Park is located on the western side of central Guyana. The park covers an area of 242 square miles, 630 square kilometers. It is the country's only national park protecting nature and wilderness. The heart of the national park is the renowned Kaieteur Falls, which is also the iconic tourist attraction for the country. The Pataro River is the source of the falls, which flows downstream into the Essequibo River. The Essequibo River is the longest river in Guyana and one of the most thrilling in South America. There are 2 airlines flying into Geo, United. Cheap plane tickets may be available from different airlines at different times and with unique terms. It's best to understand the details of each airline's offer before judging its value. For example, if you plan to check a bag or bring a carry-on, check whether the cheap airfare deal includes a baggage allowance. If not, verify whether the baggage fee is higher than the difference of other airline plane ticket deals offering free checked, carry-on baggage in exchange for a slightly higher airfare. Additionally, your preferred frequent flyer membership programs may influence your choice of cheap airline. Expedia allows you to enter your membership numbers during checkout to earn points from your airline and Expedia rewards, all while getting a great deal and planning all your travel in one online platform. In 1876, Brown published his book Canoe and Camp Life in British Guiana. 15,000 Miles on the Amazon and Its Branches was published 2 years later, in 1878. Kaieteur National Park is located on the western side of central Guyana. The park covers an area of 242 square miles, 630 square kilometers. It is the country's only national park protecting nature and wilderness. The heart of the national park is the renowned Kaieteur Falls, which is also the iconic tourist attraction for the country. The Pataro River is the source of the falls, which flows downstream into the Essequibo River. The Essequibo River is the longest river in Guyana and one of the most thrilling in South America. The national park is rich in biodiversity, which would be consistent with any protected area connected with the Amazon rainforest. The vast rivers, expansive savanna, and luscious rainforest are all part of the Guiana Shield ecosystem, which is nestled in the highlands of Guyana. Cultural heritage is also prevalent in the park, with a number of small tribes of Amerindian people who have lived in the Amazon forest area for thousands of years. Having an opportunity to see some of these tribes is a taste of history. The dense jungle of the Amazonian rainforest along with the waterways of the park creates an astounding habitat for amazing wildlife. Some of the favored species visitors hope to see include the jaguar and giant otter. The jaguar Panthera onca is a huge cat species unique to the Americas and the sole living member of the genus Panthera. It is the largest cat species in the Americas and the third largest in the world. With a body length of up to 1.85 meters, 6 feet 1 inch, and a weight of up to 96 kilograms, 212 pounds. It has a striking coat with pale yellow to tan-colored fur covered in dots that transition to rosettes on the sides, while some individuals have a melanistic black coat. The jaguar's powerful bite allows it to pierce the carapaces of turtles and tortoises, as well as use an uncommon way of killing mammalian prey. It bites directly through the skull between the ears to deliver a deadly blow to the brain. The giant otter Pteronura brasiliensis, also found in Kaieteur National Park. The giant otter is not only the largest otter in the world but also one of the largest carnivores in South America. They are found in the Amazon basin. They are classified as endangered on the IUCN Red List. The neotropical otter, Lontra longicaudus, is fairly widespread in South America and lives in a variety of habitats. They are facing many global issues like habitat loss, pollution, climate change. Wild population numbers of both species are merely speculation, due to insufficient data collection. In Guyana, where conservation planning is already underway, the giant otter is seen as an important species and there is great interest in its protection. However, few Guyanese have ever seen a giant otter, and those that have are largely fishermen who see them as a competitor. Records of neotropical otters are very rare. In November 2019, IOSF held a training workshop at the remote Amerindian village of Yucukari in central Guyana in partnership with the NGO Save the Giants and the Cayman House Field Station. The workshop was designed to be a launchpad for local community involvement in environmental projects focused on otters and to involve a diverse group of people, including young people and women. There is now a team of 8 people involved in field surveys. The aim now is to watch for signs of illegal activity including illegal extraction, fishing and poaching. An online database has been designed so data can be added for future analysis for population dynamics in correlation with ecosystem changes, such as changing water levels and anthropogenic disturbances. It can also be used for longer-term studies on otter ecology, behavior, and demography. This project will also provide an opportunity for communities to learn through outdoor environmental education focused on otters. The program will demonstrate how the importance of conservation, man's role in the ecosystem and how the natural world supports community well-being. As the children grow older, they will be encouraged to join in the river surveys and education. Ever wonder what it might feel like to be the last humans on Earth, witnessing a river plummet off the edge of the world? It might look something like Kaieteur Falls. Deep within Guyana's region of the Amazon forest lies Kaieteur National Park, home to a gargantuan cataract sharing the park's name. Rivaled by few in the world when taken into account its combined height and the sheer volume of water from the Kaieteur River flowing over its precipice at any given moment, Kaieteur Falls further distances itself from the crowd of most spectacular waterfalls in the world for its remoteness. Surrounded by pristine rainforest, simply reaching this wonder requires hiring a tour company that will charter a plane in order to even reach a trekking point that accesses the falls. A pair of similar legends further contribute to the fall's mystique. According to local Potoma Indian lore, Chief Kai saved his people by paddling over the precipice in an act of self-sacrifice to the spirit Makonema. The second version is slightly less altruistic, as relayed by geologist Charles Barrington Brown in his account from when he discovered the waterfall on an expedition in 1870. Brown was told by Amerindians that a despised old man was put in a boat by relatives eager to be rid of him, and unceremoniously pushed into the current, which lent the falls their current name, translating to Old Man Fall. So, should you find yourself in close enough proximity to Kaieteur Falls to become mesmerized by its waters, remember the two men who are said to have actually gone over them. Know before you go you must hire a private tour company to charter a flight to fly into the small Kaieteur airstrip in the middle of the jungle. Several tour companies run flights to Kaieteur Falls several times per week. Depending on the weather and the season, only 1 or 2 operators may fly a day. Book ahead to ensure your spot on a flight, as most planes will hold a maximum of 8 to 10 passengers. The flight from Ogle Airport in Georgetown is approximately 90 minutes one way. Wear sturdy shoes to visit Kaieteur Falls, as there are uneven pathways to navigate between the 3 different lookouts. You will spend around 2 hours on the ground before flying back to Georgetown or onwards to another destination depending on your day tour package. Good to see you again in the next video with another waterfall. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Thank you.